Hello and welcome to Sports Miles Reader Awards for the 2016-17 season. We're here to reveal your Premier League striker of the season. The nominees in this category are Alexis Sanchez, Diego Costa, Harry Kane, Jermaine Defoe, Romelu Lukaku, Sadio Mane, Sergio Aguero and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Barney, who did you vote for?
I voted for Harry Kane. I think, the season he's had, he missed a large chunk of it, and to still cruise to the Premier League Golden Boot in the end with those 7 goals in his last 2 games, sensational. To take him up to 29 for the season, 75 overall in the Premier League in his career now in 3 seasons. It's an incredible scoring record, and looking further ahead to the future, you can see him challenging Alan Shearer as the Premier League's top scorer of all time if he sticks around. I think as a finisher, he's the best we've seen for quite some time in the Premier League. Just instinctive. You wouldn't say he's got the all-round quality of an Aguero, of an Ibrahimovic, or anything like that. But as a finisher, he's just sensational. And there's some great players in there. Some really good seasons. Lukaku's had probably the best season of his career. Diego Costa's obviously fired Chelsea to the title. Alexis Sanchez, where would Arsenal have been without him this season? But for me, Kane has just outstripped them all. To have spent that time out and still cruise to the Golden Boot is so impressive.
It's difficult, Sprinter striker's ultimately about scoring goals, isn't he? He's got the most goals in the league this season. You touched on Sanchez and Lukaku. Sanchez with 24 league goals this season, 10 assists. Lukaku, 25 goals, 6 assists. Ibrahimovic as well, I think it's worth a mention. That injury really cost him. He got 17 league goals in 28 games. If he'd have finished the season, you'd have fancied him to be, up around 22, 23. Certainly not, Harry Kane. But I think Ibrahimovic's had a great season. Jermaine Defoe deserves a mention as well for me. 15 league goals for a Sunderland team, which were, they were poor, weren't they? They were very poor, Sunderland, this season. To get up there, and it'll be interesting. Who do you think is going to be right up there? Do you think it's going to be the obvious one? Do you think Defoe might sneak in?
I think Defoe has done a fantastic job for Sunderland. Obviously, couldn't keep them in the division this season, but pretty much did single-handedly last season. He's one player who's come out just with his reputation still intact from that Sunderland season. I don't think he's going to sneak in just because there's so many top players. We haven't mentioned Sadio Mane. He got obviously injured earlier in 2017. He had a fantastic start to the season and it looked like a fantastic signing from Liverpool, and losing him had such a big impact, first at the Africa Cup of Nations and then to injury, had such a big impact on Liverpool's form. For me, I don't see the likes of Defoe and Mane breaking into that, but there are some big names. Aguero is an interesting one because talent-wise, you'd say he's the best in the league, the best player in the league, let alone the best striker in the league. But he was second fiddle to Gabriel Jesus when he came in January, and then again when Jesus returned from his broken metatarsal.
Still 24 injury. Goals though, 24 league goals.
Yeah, exactly. He's always gonna get you goals. Vast majority of the seasons, he'll get you into the 20 goals per season. And if Man City do sell him, someone's going to be buying a magnificent striker, one of the best strikers in the world still. But he's still never been in a PFA Team of the Year, which when you consider how good he's been at Manchester City is madness. But again, this season, if I'm making a PFA Team of the Year, I'm not sure he makes my top 2 because you've got Kane, you've got Lukaku, who the criticism of him is he didn't do it away from home that often, but in 2017 that scoring streak he went on at Goodison Park was sensational. And then, as I said, Sanchez and Costa have both been fantastic too.
Yeah, Costa popped up 20 goals again. Looked like he was leaving in January, but finished the season. Second half of the season not as good, was it? First half, but important goals. Let's have a look. Top 3 is going to be interesting, this one.
Right, so in third we've got Zlatan Ibrahimovic with 15%, Alexis Sanchez in second with 18%, and then Harry Kane far and away in the lead with 47%. Quite a big victory for Kane there.
That is almost half the votes for Kane. And who else we got down there?
Barney? Got Lukaku 6% in fourth and Costa 6% as well in fifth, which is quite interesting. Expected more for them. Defoe, your man, 0.7%, which is a bit harsh, and Aguero 2% as well. Mane with 5% of the votes in sixth. So interesting. I didn't expect the top 3 to be that far removed from the likes of Lukaku and Costa especially. I'm surprised those two only got 6% of the votes each. Combined didn't get as many of the votes as Zlatan Ibrahimovic in third. So interesting top 5 there. Can't really argue against number 1. Maybe a little surprised he won it so convincingly, but he was my choice. Harry Kane, I think, has been the standout striker.
Yeah, it's number 1. Third, obviously, Ibrahimovic first season in the Premier League. Not many thought he would, but some said he wouldn't be able to perform in that. He obviously has, and Sanchez as well in an Arsenal team that struggled this season. He's carried them at times, hasn't he? So, Harry Kane. So your Premier League striker of the season is Harry Kane.